Okay. All right, let's run it. Let's run
Yes, let's start week number 1.
What's up, guys? This is Voices of America.
And pardon for the chair squeaking. All right. Sitting in a home away from home.
Yep.
So
A basement away from basements.
this is not your grandma's basement. So
It's a break room. Okay.
don't judge us. We're poor.
Please subscribe to our Patreon.
By the way, we don't have a Patreon. This is gonna probably be the worst podcast you've ever heard, but that's okay.
Brought to you by our first sponsor ever. Take it away, Kim.
Water.
Water.
You need it to live.
Yep, or else you'll die.
Water.
Water.
And don't drink bottled water.
No.
We're
Specifically canned water.
from your local Phillips 66.
And not salt water. Hashtag freshwater gang.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna tell you what here, C-Man. This is totally unscripted. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Warning: language is stupid.
We're working on the nicknames.
Not appropriate for kids.
We're working on the nicknames, guys.
And that obviously is not going to be one of them.
Definitely not C-Man.
So, so I can't use your last name either.
B-Man? B-Dog?
B-Dog.
B-Dog.
All right.
What do you want to be?
I'm S-Man.
S-Man.
I'm S-Man. Okay.
Oh, S-Man and B-Dog.
There you go. S-Man and the B-Dog. Done. Okay. Anyway, as you all know from our wonderful Facebook page, thank you to all 750 of you. Y'all are appreciated.
Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg.
We love you all. Twitter's not working at the moment because
Hashtag thanks, Elon Musk.
but we love Elon Musk, don't we?
I don't know. I don't know him that well.
Take
me out to dinner.
I've only ever met him. He wouldn't even take me to Red Lobster, Long John Silver's. What the hell is up with that? So we're not here for jokes, even though we are here for jokes. But we're going to start.
Well, S-Man just kidnapped me and took me to a break room in some basement here, and now we're getting ready to talk about something.
You bitch better shut your mouth.
He just slapped me.
Yep.
But not where you think. Tune in next week.
See, everything is a preview.
Yep.
So.
Always be plugging.
Oh. We're going to get so many views, guys. I'm going to tell you right now.
At least one. Thanks, Mom.
Grandma. So.
Grandma, if you can get a podcast working, shout out to you, too. Love you. Hearts.
There's hearts in the air for Grandma.
Oh, also, Happy Mother's Day, depending on when you're listening to this. If it's not Mother's Day, then just fuck off.
But otherwise, Happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there, because being a mother is hard as shit.
Yep. We would know we're both mothers. What are we talking about today?
So, we have one motto here at Voices of America.
Yep.
And that is no political bullshit. Okay?
I'm learning how to choose the right audio apps for you. Which...
And Siri apparently likes to talk when I like to talk.
Yeah.
You just tell that bitch to shut up, okay?
Put her in her place.
This is why you go to Google, not a sponsor. So we... I'm gonna start some good mythical morning shit there. Okay, so we're going to start with our favorite part of America before we get into the cinematic universe here of the one and only Marvel, because hashtag Marvel better than DC.
We are riding a high of watching Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
And for some reason, I really wanted to go to NPR.com and go over some of the fantastic things that went over.
Yep, let's rip it.
Within the last 2 or 3 days here.
Let's rip it.
Nothing's political, so if there's any political posts, we won't be mentioning them. So, number 1. Take it away, B-Man.
Here over, or wait, what?
Yeah, you just avoid those. Yes, start here.
All right, we'll start with the business section here. It says Starbucks accused of unfair labor practices in Buffalo by federal labor officials.
All right, and how does that make you feel?
A little hot and bothered.
I mean, I've never worked for Starbucks.
I
I've worked
really,
for corporate America.
really enjoy labor issues. It gets me going.
And, I mean, I don't know much about Starbucks except for their,
Coffee.
and it's extremely overpriced. Hashtag support your local businesses.
Yeah.
No offense.
Unless you have a local Starbucks. Don't go there. Save money.
Then please just hook me up with a gift card for a free frappe or frappuccino or whatever the fuck it's called. All right. So we have a YouTuber, good old relationship guru, Kevin Smith. He's
Kevin
sad
Smith.
Samuels.
Comic book guy?
Kevin Samuels. I can't talk
oh.
today. Fuck me. He at the age of 56. Rest in peace to him. And prayers go out to him and his family, of course.
Now I feel bad for making a joke. I'm sorry. I did not read the rest of that headline before I made it. I'm sorry.
Joke's forgiven. Probably not, though. So a car linked to an Alabama escapee and jail worker has been found, but they have not been found.
Did they arrest the car?
So the car is probably in prison for having too many cylinders, depending in which state it was in. All right? But, in all seriousness, this is one of the most popular posts we got on Facebook. So we just keep following because there's a lot of controversy regarding these two. They do have the same last name, but they are not related. Okay?
Oh, I want that one.
All right, and next up in the, looks like the history section.
A 2,000-year-old sculpture looted from a museum during World War II went for $35 at an Austin Goodwill.
So
That's exciting.
this tells you the history.
That's some Indiana Jones type shit right there.
But for $35.
Mixed
I'm
in
sur-
with like a garage sale deal. I love
Right,
it.
exactly. My problem with that is the fact that
Is that he overpaid for it? $35 for that?
but the thing is, why would you take that to a Goodwill?
Bro, it's $2,000.
That's something you take from your grandma's house and you put it next to a tombstone.
What's your grandma got a tombstone?
I don't know. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. Well, next we're gonna go through this quickly, so we can go through the Marvel movies semi-quickly and semi-unprofessionally.
Okay.
But anyway, Dave Chappelle, the guy that was attacked on stage.
Yep.
Not Chris Rock. No offense.
The other comedian that was attacked on stage.
We
Can't
call
believe
it-
you have to specify that. Wow.
Yep. Accused attacker pleads not guilty to misdemeanor charges. So he's currently
Surprising no one.
accused of 4 counts, which includes battery. He's currently booked in jail.
I got a book for AA.
If any of you remember Brooke Shields, I only saw in Hannah Montana when I was like 10. So, okay. She's getting older in the public eye, and she wants to talk about her age.
Newsflash, everyone's getting older. You are currently getting older, and
I know that you chose to spend your time here with us,
I'm getting
and
older.
I'm sorry for that. But newsflash for you.
S-Man and B-Dog are both getting older, so I don't see how that's news. Sorry, Brooke Shields, that somebody decided to write that.
Somebody thought it was to this.
To the author of that article, get a different job. I hear Starbucks might have a few openings. I don't know. Get in on that. Ground floor, baby.
Before everybody decides to join in there. Same thing with Amazon. Anyway, there's a former police officer who's sentenced for 5 years for the rough arrest of a woman with dementia. And this is in Colorado, where he essentially abused a 73-year-old woman with a dementia that he was arresting.
Ooh.
And he was joking about it at his job. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison on Thursday or yesterday. So we'll see where that goes. So when it comes to stuff
no
like that,
comment.
so that's one of those things where you just kind of just do your job.
situation.
It's a terrible situation, and I'm glad that somebody actually took accountability for it.
Yep.
Next
5 years seems.
is a space jellyfish
Ooh, hot.
launched soared over Florida, which occurred from the Falcon 9 rocket's pre-dawn launch. Created a beautiful jellyfish-esque glow in the sky.
I'll tell you right now, SpaceX, just the words or phrases, SpaceX, space jellyfish, and pre-dawn, this is a movie. That's sci-fi right there.
And this is not like your average moonfall or something. Review coming for that. garbage later. But so we do got to mention the elephant in the room, and that is Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness.
Yes. You want to talk about that first, or go over the other movies first?
So we are going to do the beautiful thing of going through all these movies with you. And then the grand finale, just so I know all of you fuckers will stay around. We love all you guys, let me tell you what.
All you fuckers.
Every single one of you.
Even you, Mom and Grandma.
But if you are listening to this while you're in the car at a drive-thru at McDonald's or something, I'm
Or
sorry.
Starbucks, you freaking traitor.
Go get you... Don't even go to Dunkin' either. Just go to the store. There's this thing called Folgers, okay?
Yep.
Where there's a... What the hell's the trademark for that now?
You know, we're sponsored by water, and we haven't even brought up any water brands. So
We don't-
throw
we-
your
we still-
coffee out and get water.
Water. You see that puddle outside? Water.
Water.
You see that lake behind your house?
Water.
Water. You see that ocean with the beautiful blues? Water. So and you see that muddy Mississippi rolling down the hills through the through Missouri and
That's water, baby.
I almost said Kansas. I wasn't good at geography, I guess.
It's called the Mississippi.
Shut the fuck up.
Is it raining outside your house right now? Water.
So anyway,
Although in
water.
some states, collecting rainwater is illegal. We'll get into that in a different one. No, we won't, but it's stupid.
So we don't talk about any political topics here before we get started. Okay, I know we've kind of went off on a tangent there.
Except the legality of collecting rainwater. Again,
Yeah.
stupid.
But anything political does not fly. So if he says anything about
Collecting rainwater being illegal, stupid.
and we're just gonna have to give him that good old slap in the face. So now, nothing here is Democratic, nothing here is Republican, nothing. This is just straight, honest bullshit.
Honest bullshit.
Because
Alright.
this is gonna be bullshit. Okay, so essentially, we came up with a ranking system, but at the rate that we're doing this right now, we're gonna fuck that. Okay.
But we're gonna fuck that.
Yes.
Okay.
In the arse. Okay. So we're essentially, what you're gonna do is we're going to go through each Marvel movie, starting with Phase 1 and Iron Man. You're gonna give it a score of 1 to 10, and then we're gonna move on to the next one.
Oh, 1 to 10. Interesting. Okay.
So, while he's over here erasing his notes app and signing out of his red tube,
Boy, that's a throwback.
I know. I don't think anybody ever doesn't use that shit anymore. It's all Pornhub.
Shout out.
By the way,
Sponsored.
that's like the cheapest porn out there. So I mean, if that's one of your things, go there. It's also Norton certified, or it was at one time, which I thought was pretty fucking hilarious.
Shout out Norton. Not sponsored.
We don't use them either, so don't worry about that shit.
Back on.
So let's start with Iron Man.
This is 1 through 10.
1 through 10. So B-Man, what is your total score?
I gotta rethink all of my rankings here now. Previously, we were using the S, A, B, C, D rankings.
Yeah, so you're
I
taking.
one in A.
So
I'm
you would
gonna
just
sit
do.
it-
So 9, 10 can be S, 8, 7. You
I'm
know,
gonna sit it right there at an 8.
just sit right there an 8. I'm gonna give it a 7. Solid film, great start.
Yep.
Doesn't look that great. At least by today, so this is also pre-Avatar days, also.
Yeah, by today's standards, the villain here is kind of boring.
So it is kind of it is a good start, but not a great start.
Yes.
Okay.
Started the franchise.
So I mean that gives it a solid score of 15.
Yep.
Out of 20 in total, which is not bad. All right. For all you fuckers at home, that's still 75%. Right? Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Why not?
3/4. Next is the Incredible Hulk. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah, I don't even want to count this one.
So this
is
one
the
would-
Edward Norton, Incredible Hulk. Like, this is a weird one.
So this was released in June of 2008. This is kind of the lost cause. That's what I like to call it. It's directed by Louis Leterrier. I probably didn't pronounce that fucking name right, but that's all right. He's directing the new Fast and Furious movie. So there's news for you. Also on our Facebook page. Check it out. But anyway, it's just not good, and it doesn't fit with anything else.
I'm just going to give it a 1.
I gave it a 4 because Edward Norton does do a good job, but it has nothing to do with anything else going forward. Not a damn thing. So that gives it a total of 5 or 25%. So right now it's in shit category.
I remember thinking the Hulk in the movie looked cool, and he fought Abomination, which was cool, but like the fact that you don't see Edward Norton anymore and then Mark Ruffalo comes in, a little weird. So, I mean, just odd. I'm just going to give it a 1.
Maybe I'm going to make it a total of 5.
Hashtag give Mark Ruffalo his own Hulk movie.
He deserves it after saying that shit.
Yep.
So Iron Man 2. So this is essentially like Spider-Man 2, but with a different element to an extent, because this is the electricity guy or whatever the hell. Which Dark Ock is a lot better in my opinion, but that's beside the point. This movie doesn't look good.
I disagree.
In which that's what this is here for. So
Elon Musk is in this movie.
Elon Musk is not in this movie.
He is 100%.
So this is my problem. So this movie is after Avatar.
Yep.
Which has nothing to do with this. Mm-hmm. But since Avatar at the time, now
right.
Avatar doesn't look that great now.
Well,
but,
I mean, they weren't going for spectacle in Iron Man 2. They were
but
it's a comic book movie.
Yes. But there's still part of it when you have a budget that's bigger than my ego. All
I
right?
think that's unfair comparing the two.
That's not unfair.
Avatar was made to look beautiful. That was made to focus on like the world.
Yeah, let's focus on the world.
Electric whip guy.
and it looked like it was made in a Dollar General parking lot.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you and give it an 8.
Well, I'm gonna have to give it a 4
because it was a great movie.
because it's not worse than the Incredible Hulk. Should also give it a 5, just because it's not as bad as the Incredible Hulk.
Ooh.
So
5?
5 and an 8, so it gives it 13. Okay, so that gives it 65%. Iron Man 1 for the win, baby. Let's go. Next to Thor. My answer's no.
Yeah, I didn't like Thor when he first came out. I'm gonna give it a 6. I'll go lower than that. I'll go 5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5 as well. As 10 and 50% because it sucks, and I'm not a Jane fan.
Yep.
Which will probably regret this next movie because
lot of people are probably
she is in it.
A lot of people are probably going to attack us for that. But no, not a lot of people. I won't say nobody, but not a lot of people liked Thor until Ragnarok came out. Because that was the big thing. It was like, oh my god, they saved Thor, they fixed all his movies.
Or
Well,
the
were
Avengers,
bad.
yeah.
They were bad movies. The character now, I like him. The character
Now that
then,
he's
the movies
fat
then,
and he's
did
fat.
not like them.
Looks like a fat Scandinavian. And that is how it's supposed to be, you know.
Yep.
So the next is the first Captain America. The first Avenger.
Ooh, see?
So I'm going to stick with a 5.
A 5?
So this is my least favorite Captain America movie.
I'm going to give it a 9.
Because there's
I don't
nothing...
want to say it's S tier. I'm going to say reserve 10 for like S tier movies. But like,
Well, you mean you can do it that way.
solid 9.
But this is nothing compared to the other...
Great movie, great introduction of the character. Very cool all around. Liked it.
So 5. Is it a 14? We're still running on number 1 on Iron Man. So the next one is the Avengers. So it's a good movie. I'm not gonna get it wrong.
Team up here.
It's a big superhero team up, and the whole world was like, "Oh my god!" If you didn't like that voice, I'm sorry. But so it was great in that aspect, but in like a storytelling thing, besides Loki, obviously, I like to give it a 7.
I would also give it a 7.
So 6 out of 14. So phase 1 is done. Went by just like that, and you're probably still in the drive-thru. Because McDonald's takes 6 years just to get you a damn McChicken.
Is their ice cream machine broken again?
It probably is. So we do apologize for that. But if you're in Starbucks, you're probably the 95th car in the drive-thru. If you're at Chick-fil-A, you've already left.
Yep. You're already at home, tucked in bed by the employees.
So
You're taken care of.
Yeah, so no worries there. And no, we don't have any sponsors today except for water. So any other thing you hear here does not relate to anything
Shout out
else.
nature.
Hashtag Mother Nature is a bitch. Sometimes.
Phase 2.
So phase 1, the best movie rated was Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. is great.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I think, spoiler alert,
Oh, yeah.
for like Avengers Endgame, I think honestly the reason that I gave Iron Man such a high score is because he's gone. And, like, looking back on it, Robert Downey Jr. did such a good role.
And
His character progression was phenomenal.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
You say that.
Yep.
When you said spoiler alert, anything up here, if they haven't seen it now,
Yep.
in Phase 1, that's too damn bad.
That's true.
This is 10 years. This is 10 years.
Spoiling, like, Endgame,
Right. Well, I didn't know you were going to Endgame. All right. So,
semi-spoiling it, but I mean, you're listening to it, so you know.
so if you'd like us to read you an audiobook, please don't
Yeah.
make us do that.
I'll try and remember to do hashtag spoiler before I get too far into any details.
But anyway, Phase 2, we can go all out here too. So, Iron Man 3,
7.
I'm going to have to give it a 6.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad movie at all.
No. It was directed by somebody else for the first time.
Yep.
It's a different pace.
I do like Shane Black. He's pretty cool.
But, and with this help with Drew Pierce, I think they did a pretty good job, but it wasn't on the level as Jon Favreau. I can't pronounce names today. So that gives it a, you said 7?
Yep.
I give it a 6. If you add that up here in first grade math that I can't pass, that's 13. Next to Store of the Dark World, I give it a 3.
I'm going to go 5 again.
I have no explanation for it. I just hated the movie in its entirety. I don't know why. The direction is great.
Looking back, I don't know, or looking through the list here, I probably got to start going lower. Because I don't know if there's anything past that I'm going to give less than a 5. But I'm going to give it a 5. Because, like, I mean, Thor's an established character now, and I like him, so, I mean, just the first
Alan
two
Taylor
movies were
did a
kinda
good job in November 2013. As far as the direction of the film. But as far as, this goes back to Jane, and I'm sorry if you love her, but I don't. And I know that she's in the new movie, but he can say the director's name. I sure as hell can't. This guy down here.
Oh, yes.
So, spoiler alert, I guess. I don't know.
We'll get to that.
There is a trailer that we do have to discuss also.
Yes.
When we get to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Gosh, I feel like I'm reading you guys a novel. Don't pick up 50 Shades of Grey, though. Pick up anything else. Okay, and then the next is Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
7.
7. We give it a 14.
Yep.
Solid. Great movie. Introduced Bucky, right?
Yes. The Winter Soldier.
Oh, man, you spoiled it for me.
I know, I'm sorry.
And this is also when the Russo brothers enter the MCU.
Yep. They do a
For the
job.
good. As you can see, we'll talk about the next Avengers movie here. Their change is welcome. So,
I'm excited for the next one.
so next is Guardians of the Galaxy.
10.
So he gives it a 10. So Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously by James Gunn. He
Yep.
made number 1, number 2.
Yep.
And then Disney fired him and hired him back.
Yep.
He made the Suicide Squad by DC. Fantastic guy. Disney was a dick. No offense. Or take offense. I don't give a fuck, Mickey Mouse.
What's your rating?
I have to give it a 9.
19!
So
Let's
we
go.
had this discussion before how I feel about these movies. I love them both. Don't get me wrong.
But he did not think it was S tier and or a 10 out of 10. And I did.
So this gives it a 19.
Yep.
Oh, which sits at number 1
Yeah.
now.
Our top rated movie.
And number 1 in Phase 2, obviously, and it's still top rated. So next is Avengers: Age of Ultron. So
Tough.
I have to give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
So because I think there's too much going on here.
Agree.
Josh Whedon.
Josh.
Josh Peck. Whatever. Knows how to write a good story, but doesn't know how to handle 840 characters very well. This is where it goes back to the Russo brothers.
Semi-accurate. Rest in peace, Quicksilver.
So, which Quicksilver seemed like a wasted opportunity. But he's already gone. But now that they introduced the multiverse, anything's possible. He's back. Quicksilver's not back.
He's in the X-Men. That's a different character.
But the X-Men haven't officially entered the MCU yet.
No.
Bum, bum, bum. Yes, we can talk. I'm not going to talk about that, Professor.
I'm I'm winking at the microphone.
Which, that's kind of a spoiler, but you can see it in the trailer, too, if you're really worried about it.
Yeah.
So, and the next is Ant-Man. Midget size does not mean midget fun. But I'll have to give it a 6 because it is average.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6. I didn't hate
Give it
the
12.
movie. It's a good movie, but I'm not a big Ant-Man guy. Sorry. Thought I heard something.
There shouldn't be anybody here. Okay, so that concludes Phase 2, which finishes with GOG on the top there. GOTG, right?
Yep.
Phase 3. So this is the last phase before the pandemic. Believe that or not, we're still in it,
We're
too.
living through it, baby.
We're hopefully in the downward spiral, though. Next is Captain America Civil War, which introduced our prepubescent Spider-Man.
And Black Panther.
I wanted you to do the other one, so that's why I did that. Also directed by the Russo brothers. Obviously, Chadwick is no longer with us.
Yes.
So interested to see how he will handle the next film. But the way he's handled here is very well.
Yes. Hard
And
to agree.
it's a great movie. I'm gonna have to give this movie a 9 as well.
I will give it a 9 as well. It's a great movie.
At this point in time, I did not really think Tom Holland had a future as Spider-Man. Personally.
Yeah.
But the difference between apparently 16 and 17 was a big enough difference for me, I guess. Okay, next is Doctor Strange. This makes me want to talk about the second one, but I'm going to leave this one at a 7.
I'm gonna leave it right with Ant-Man and give it a 6. Not a bad movie, but just weird.
But it's one of those movies where if you take a piss break,
Yep.
you're going to miss. None of the rest of the movie is going to make sense.
Yep.
And it's trippy.
I said this last time we talked about this. Doctor Strange to me it just seems better in like group movies. Doctor Strange on his own up until the second one just did not impress me. So I wasn't impressed with the movie. It was good. Like
You
it
talked
was a
about
good
the second
movie.
one like there's like 30 solo movies in between here and there.
The second Doctor Strange, wink, wink.
In the multiverse of madness. Stay tuned for that review here coming soon. If you're on the shitter, this next portion is brought to you by toilet paper. Toilet paper. You need it to wipe your ass. Toilet paper.
Clean your shit up.
And by the way, these fake adverts is because we don't have anything else. So if you're interested, please reach out to us at voicebeheardus@gmail.com.
Hefty trash bags. If you want to sponsor us, I get it. So,
And toilet paper, obviously, Sherman, hit us up. I don't want no cheap Sam's Club members mark bullshit. All right.
ew.
No, one ply.
Sandpaper your ass.
It is sandpaper, your ass. All right, next we got Spider-Man Homecoming.
I'll give it a 7.
We'll
Good
give it a
movie.
7. All right, I will give it a 7.
Did that fill you with confidence in Tom Holland?
That filled me confidence in Tom Holland. Because the movie before that
Yep.
made me feel like he was just a prepubescent boy.
Yes.
And then this man gets Zendaya. What the actual fuck? Like it doesn't make sense. That's a whole different other subject there, guys. All right, Thor Ragnarok.
This is where people are gonna hate me. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a high score, but not super high. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
It was the best Thor movie so far. I just didn't like it as much as everyone. Taika Waititi.
Which is making the new movie,
Yes.
which has Jane in it,
Yes.
which automatically, for me,
Yes.
brings that movie starting at a fucking 7.
Yes.
But this movie here, I'll have to give it an 8.
I don't mind Jane. I don't know
Major
what
improvement.
his deal with Jane is. Hashtag.
Maybe it's a Natalie Portman thing. I don't know.
Hashtag
But
Jane Gang.
hashtag. Yeah, you all do what you want. It's a free country. Voices. All right. Next is Black Panther with Wakanda Forever.
Less
Coming
than
soon.
Civil War because I wasn't as impressed with the villain.
That's my big issue with it.
7.
With Killmonger, right?
Yep. Michael B. Jordan did a good job. Just kind of an odd choice, I think. I would have rathered this be all Wakandan and it be like a different tribe, right? Like two rival tribes or something like that. I don't really get... I get Killmonger being outside, like in the city and then coming back. I get it. But I just think it was weird. I wish it would have either all been Wakandan or mixed in.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair assumption. It gives a good origin story. And it does all that. That's my biggest issue is, again, with the villain.
Yep.
Michael B. Jordan, if you, I mean, obviously you want to see like Fruitvale Station or something like that, those are some, it's like a fantastic movie of his. This is not one of them.
Or Fantastic Four.
That's not really that great either. But Fruitvale Station is a great, fantastic movie. I suggest you check that one out. Mm-hmm. If for anywhere you get your movies. Probably the same place you get your podcasts.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, I'm more at Blockbuster.
I can't make that joke because there's still one open.
In like Oregon or something.
Yeah, as soon as it closes, though, I'm making that shit.
The Netflix for DVDs.
Yes, I do.
But no, I'll have to give it an 8. No, I'll give it a 7.
Yep.
Just because the villain kind of drags throughout the movie.
Yep.
And Chadwick does a fantastic
job. He was like
job.
a good villain, but I just thought it was a weird choice for the movie. You know?
So would you give it a 7?
Yeah, I give it a 7.
He gives it 14. Mm-hmm. Next is Avengers Infinity War. Let me tell you all something. Mm-hmm. If you get offended by spoilers now,
yep.
Thanos does the little snap. Okay.
Yep.
Half the world disappears. We learn later that that's not the only case, but whatever.
I'm going to group Infinity War and Endgame together, if that's okay.
And you're more than welcome to do that. Mm-hmm. But out of the two, Infinity War I think is better.
That is
told.
Fair. That is fair.
But Endgame has a better ending. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's in the title.
Collectively, I'm going to give them 10. Or I guess each, I'm going to give them a 10.
So you're going 20 out of... You're giving both 10 out of 10 on both.
Yes. Just because I think this is what does it, is because we both saw it in theaters, and it was just a cool experience, and we were all like riding the high of the
Endgame, especially, yeah.
Yes. So I think
Endgame was packed.
Having watched Infinity War in theaters and how it ended just on that cliffhanger right there, and then going into Endgame was just exciting, hype as shit. Yeah, just good experiences all around. I'm giving them both S-tier movies, 10 out of 10 each.
Okay. So I'll give it Infinity War a 10 out of 10 for the same reason. Endgame will get a 9 out of 10.
Fair.
Just because, I don't... It's like spoiler alert, I guess.
Because Captain Marvel cut her hair. Can you believe her?
Iron Man's dead. I said spoilers. Captain America
Yep.
is old as fuck.
Yep.
And he goes to somebody else, which he does in the comics. I get that.
Yep.
But, no. Makes me sad. Yep. I left that movie pissed and sad at the same time.
He definitely
which does a good job. It's kind of like watching Titanic, except, with Rose and Jack, Mm-hmm. There was room on that goddamn door thing.
I'm sure there was.
There was. There's...
He should have climbed up and kicked her off. That's...
She's selfish. Come on now. Yep. We'll talk about another James Cameron movie here in a minute.
You can do a better job.
But, yeah. Anyway. So next is Ant-Man and the Wasp. I wouldn't give it a 1 out of 10 because wasps are fucking annoying.
I'm just going to give it a 6 again. No, I don't know.
I'm going to give this a 5.
Don't give it a 4.
First
bad score.
Because it's not as good as the first one, but it's still not great.
Yep.
Okay. Next is Captain Marvel. # love you, Brie. You're absolutely fantastic. But the script writing in this movie was not. So I'll have to give this one as 7. Okay.
This is a tough one. I wanted to like it. I really did, but I just didn't. It felt like they were trying to make her super powerful and super strong and then shoehorn her into Avengers Endgame. And for that reason alone, I'm going to give it... I'll give it my lowest score yet. A 3.
You're going to give it a 3.
I'm going to give it a 3. Did not hate Captain Marvel as a character. I think what should have happened is she should have got her own movie back when they were doing Guardians of the Galaxy because space theme and everything, and then build her up from there. I think making her right before Endgame, just kind of making her super powerful and everything, gave you a problem in Endgame, and then kind of gave you a problem in that movie. So, just did not appreciate that.
So, I slightly agree, I slightly disagree. So she
Yeah, so she was created right before Endgame. Oops. I know y'all can't see this, but I can. So, so they have a problem in Infinity War.
Yep.
You bring in Captain Marvel, who creates another problem on its own, but that's whatever.
Yep.
It is an easy solution to your problem.
Yes. So then they have to like nerf her.
Like
for Endgame.
this is a patch for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Which
She's too strong. You just made the movie. You knew she was gonna be too strong.
she is strong in the comics. Just leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Hashtag my boy Samuel L. Jackson though, because you did fantastic in the 10 lines you had in that film.
Absolutely.
But as far as Spider-Man Far From Home, this is where we have differences, I believe.
I do believe so.
But Jake Gyllenhaal, if you're listening, I know sure shit you're not. you need to stay. No,
Hit me with it. What is it?
no. So I'm gonna have to give you a 4.
4?
Because you're acting outside. I mean, as a bad person, I love some of your other movies. Don't get me wrong. Acting outside of the first act, I guess I'll call it, is not good. You as a villain is not good. I did not like it. I'm gonna stick with a 4. Tom Holland does great. Zendaya is great as always. Love
Give
you.
this one a high 7. A 7.8.
So now we're in phase 4 after you all know Avengers obviously swept the floor on that one.
Yeah.
So this goes to movies that some of us have not seen, and you're gonna see our best score yet in this one. All right, wink, wink.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. So Black Widow.
Did not watch it.
You did not watch it. I'll have to give it a 7. It doesn't really. It didn't make sense now at all. She's already gone. Spoiler alert, I guess again. And it just didn't fit. Like it was too little, too late.
Yeah, that was definitely weird time to shoehorn that movie in. Do it right before she dies.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. Next is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This one has to go to like a 9 out of 10. It's an excellent movie. If you don't like martial arts, obviously it ain't gonna be for you. This isn't like Doctor Strange when they're doing the whole, karate chop training thing with the whole magic. It's not like that.
They're making a second one though, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's farther down the list here. We'll go through that.
I will watch it eventually. It just did not pique my interest.
But this came out in September.
Yeah, this was like mid-COVID. Black Widow and this one too, I believe.
So Black Widow my problem with it might be COVID related, but I'm still blaming it anyway. And now to everybody's favorite fucking movie, The Eternals.
1 or 0.
I want to give this a negative score. First of all, the acting is bad. The story is not well written. It's not directed well. The pacing is off.
Yep.
The setting is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but everything else is there. And then my least favorite person in the singing industry, songwriting industry, whatever the hell we want to call it, Harry Styles. No offense, but he's in a post-credit scene.
Yep.
Get the fuck out.
I actually went into this movie excited to watch it because of the trailer. I was like, oh shit, here we go. This looks so exciting. And then I was just disappointed in the acting. I was disappointed in the story. There was not really a part of it that I liked. And I was excited to see both Robb Stark come back and Jon Snow come back. That's not their names, but I don't know their real names. And I wanted to see
Whispering
the Black
makes it
Knight.
better.
I want to see the Black Knight. They set him up. They have the character. They showed him in the trailer, and then they just didn't do anything with him.
So, all things Harry Styles aside, I guess, I'm at a 1.
Goose egg. 0.
Because I don't believe in a 0.
I'll give it a 1 then.
Just because the actual scenery and set pieces are beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
People worked very hard in this movie, and I appreciate that, including the actors and actresses.
And Chloe, I don't want to mispronounce her last name. This probably isn't your fault.
No.
But this is not good.
I'm sorry. And okay.
But I will trust your next piece of work, whatever that will be and whatever that be.
If they
Probably a romance comedy is my
If they fix
suggestion.
it in Eternals 2, I will be very excited.
I highly doubt there's an Eternals too.
They set up an Eternals 2.
Not on this list.
Disappointing.
Okay, next is Spider-Man: No Way Home. So now we're definitely in more spoiler territory here.
Yep.
A lot of people have seen this because it's almost made like $2 billion or some shit.
Yep.
So no real worries there probably, but we're still gonna say it. Spoiler warning anyway. You get to meet your boys from the old Spider-Man universes
Yes, sir.
by Sam Raimi and Mark Webb's universes.
Webb. Great name.
I know it kind of fits in with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
Yep.
So the story in general regarding the start of the multiverse
Doctor Strange was cool in this one.
did a fantastic job. Benedict Cumberbatch. That name, I still almost
Benadryl
want.
Cucumber.
Yeah, Benadryl Cucumber. Love you. Feel free to give us a call.
Love you.
This movie's well done, well written, done by John Watts,
Yep.
same guy who did the rest of them in this universe anyway. So, and then bringing back all the villains.
Yes.
May dies. Sorry to tell you.
Hashtag. Spoiler.
It ain't May.
Great movie. 10 out of 10 for me.
Yep. I'll have to give it the highest score I got.
Easy.
10 out of 10. It's fantastic.
The ending is absolutely just heartbreaking.
It was a very sad ending.
Yep.
So Zendaya, feel free to call me.
Don't call me.
Yeah, don't call. Yeah, don't call me. I'm practically married and have almost 2 kids, so let's not do that. But anyway, last but not least, Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. We're here.
Yep.
Thank you for sticking with us this entire time. We only got a few more things to cover.
Yep.
So, appreciate you. Obviously, we can be back next week, or depends on how many of you listen to this. So yeah, appreciate all your support. Okay.
What is your take on it?
So, obviously, the spoilers will start here in a second. But in generality, the story is different.
Yes.
It's darker
Yep.
in most senses. Not all kids are going to like that. You kind of need, some things kind of require a third eye to notice. You'll thank me later. But as far as the movie itself, obviously it's on no level like Spider-Man No Way Home. It doesn't have the same nostalgia. There's things that you will enjoy. I promise you. There's throwbacks that you will most definitely recognize. We're not going to discuss that right now. We'll discuss that like in 2 minutes. Forewarning. But I'll have to give it a solid 8. The Doctor Strange universe to myself is still strange. It's a mind trick, and Elizabeth Olsen does great.
Yep.
And her part in this movie is also spoiler territory because it's not what you think it is. So I'm gonna stick with an 8.
I will also give it an 8. It was good. It was not my absolute favorite movie in the MCU, but it was very good, and I appreciate them trying new things and going different directions with different movies.
All right. So now we're gonna have a quick 3 to 4 minute spoiler talk before we wrap this up.
Yep.
Because believe it or not, it's almost 11 o'clock here where we live, and I'm an old fucking man. Okay. So spoilers. So if you don't want to listen, just
don't listen.
just don't listen. Mute it. We'll tell you when it's safe to come back. We'll give you a nice good old clapping sound when it's good to come back.
Or
Okay.
we can time it if you want. How long do you want to do it? 2 minutes? 3 minutes?
Just start a stopwatch. And we'll state it as it is.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
Go. All right. So it's spoilers from now on. We'll give you the good old clap when we're finished. Okay. So the ending to this movie does kind of set up more as far as the chick that you randomly find in the Megan movie. Her name is America.
Did not expect the ending.
Yeah, no. And this goes back to the third eye reference because it's creepy as all hell get out.
Yes.
As far as your cameos are concerned, you will run into John Krasinski.
Yep.
You'll also run into Professor X
Yep.
from X-Men, as well as Captain Carter. I'm trying to think here. The alternate Captain Marvel,
Yep.
and as well as, Bolt?
Black Bolt.
Black Bolt, that's right. So you will run into these. Not all those are cameos, but they are nice to mention in general. But the main story is protecting America Chavez. Probably not pronouncing that right either. It was essentially practically as Miss Marvel, but no, not confirmed nor denied here. So it sets it up because she's the multiverse traveling badass.
Pretty cool. I liked her as a character. I mean, I guess she's a little too OP to focus on. This is not her own movie, so I mean, I get they didn't focus on her too much. But yeah, she's pretty cool.
But overall, it sets up the future, obviously, now that they can travel.
Yep.
Scarlet Witch is a whole nother story.
Oh, she was so good in that movie.
But she starts out, you think everything's nice, but she's essentially possessed.
Watch WandaVision.
That too. Essentially possessed by a demon. Does all bad things to essentially get to America. Land of the free. That name, though, anyway.
I thought it was funny. He kept saying, like, America's power, and I was like, this just seems like you're talking about, like, war machines or something.
Here rolls the Sherman tanks, guys.
Not War Machine the character, sorry, guys.
But, anyway. Possessed.
When they go to the alternate dimension, she freaking dreamwalks, right, into the other Wanda, takes her over, and kills the Illuminati. Oh, it was so cool.
Dressed as a soccer mom.
Yeah, she's. It might frighten some children, but fuck, that was so cool. Very, very gruesome, but also
It's bloody.
sick as fuck.
And somebody does get impaled. So be prepared for that, too.
Like, besides your mom.
So we're going to keep the spoilers short. You guys need to go see it. Check out your local, AMC, Cinemark, Regal, wherever you go see your movies. Go see it.
Yep.
Before the internet ruins it for you.
Yep.
We kind of did there, but not completely. We did that for a reason. So feel free to. Spoilers are over. All right. So you're free to come back here. Now we're gonna. This might be spoiler territory for some, but not for all. I would love to talk about the future of the MCU, but we're just gonna keep it short for this year. We'll continue the rest later. So next is Thor: Love and Thunder, July 8th, the date that I'm expecting my second child, essentially. So I probably ain't watching that until it's on Disney Plus.
Pretty excited for it though.
So, but the guy over here will be able to watch it. Then obviously Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Looking forward to that. I will go see that.
That's what I'm expecting our child. That's funny.
So that means I'll go see that. Once my kids are asleep, so I have to do like a 10 p.m. show or some shit like that. But I'll still go see that anyway because I'm interested to see what they do with this character.
Yep.
And then the future of the MCU in 2023 will be discussed at a later time because they've just shifted the schedule and it's probably not going to stay that way.
Yeah.
But there's a new Deadpool movie in the next few years, hopefully. So look forward to that, guys.
Sure.
So the big thing that I would like to talk about, 47 minutes, talk about now is the trailers.
Yes.
So we had 3.
I think so. Yeah.
So obviously first it started with Lightyear.
Yep.
The creepy version of Buzz Lightyear come to life flying to space. If you want us to review it, obviously, give us a shout out on our Facebook page and we'll definitely do that for you. My kids ain't gonna go sit in the theater and watch that, so I'm more of a wait till Disney Plus and then I'll watch a review kind of guys. But if you want me to go, or you want B-Man to go, just let us know, okay? But we don't have any direct desire, especially after we told Disney bad words earlier in this podcast.
Sorry.
But we do love Pew Pixar. There's no words to describe that. We were my childhood, man. Like Finding Nemo and The Incredibles and all that kind of stuff. That is rock solid. But then obviously the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder. You see Lady Thor or Girl Thor or She-Thor.
Semi-exciting. The villain for Thor: Love and Thunder he just sounds badass. I don't know a whole lot about him, but he sounds badass. And it's Christian Bale, so very exciting.
That's good. So Batman's gonna come fuck shit up.
Woo! Not the other Batman.
Not Robert Camel-Toe. Oh, Pattinson, I'm sorry. I can't get over his Twilight days though. I have that perception of him making out with Kristen Stewart.
Yep.
And it's ruined the rest of that whole perception for me. But I've not watched the new Batman though, but I will give it a chance.
Yep.
Okay.
I watched it. I loved it.
But the new Aquaman, that is a whole nother story for another episode.
The final one, you were the most excited for.
I was the most excited for.
Yes.
So the last trailer, well, I'm not going to describe it for you because I don't know how many of you people still care about this franchise, but I'm one of those people. Mm-hmm. So we did see the first 1 minute teaser and like 4 fucking words of Avatar sequel, The Way of the Water. The Way of Water, I think. So I'm going to tell you right now, even in a theater, we have nothing fucking fancy here. So the way that we saw it was probably one of the lowest you can go, unless you obviously go home and watch it on your flat screen television. But the movie looked absolutely astounding.
It did look
I honestly can't really tell you what happens except for reading the online synopsis, which essentially they're saying humans come back in some form or another. To destroy their way of life, they're forced out of their house, and that's why they've moved to the reef. Kate Winslet is back. Okay. The one that didn't let Jack on the damn thing.
Kate Winslet.
But she did learn how to breathe or stay underwater for like 8 to 10 minutes at a time without taking a breath. So A plus to that.
Convenient, Jack.
I know. Kind of ironic how that works out, isn't it?
And then he washed up on a beach in that one movie.
So we do also get to look forward to apparently like Vin Diesel or something's in here. But he can't get along with anybody, so I don't know how that's going to work. But can you see Vin Diesel being blue? Because I sure as hell can't. That just looks weird.
Yeah, no, I could. It's just the Blue Man Group.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay. But, because Avatar has one consistent theme in this trailer, and that is family.
Family!
So Vin Diesel will fit right in.
Yep.
It goes to... I guess it kind of just fits in. So I'm looking forward to this. This is the biggest movie of the year. I've been waiting... 13 years for this. So this will be an incredible experience, and honestly, I don't think James Cameron will let me down, obviously, because these next 3 Avatar movies he spent over $1 billion on. So you better do a good job.
That's
okay.
So much money.
But they made almost $3 billion on the first one, so it ain't really chump change. Plus Disney owns it now, so it's probably going to get fucked up in one way or another by the fucking Mickey Mouse. They own everything now.
At least you have something to blame it on if it does go wrong.
I don't think it's going to go wrong, though.
True.
James Cameron is James Cameron.
True.
They have a human baby. Don't ask me how that works. His name is Spider.
Spider?
Yeah, you kind of saw one wearing a face mask.
Yeah.
And they were crawling in the vent or the tree with them. Mm-hmm. That's their kid that they adopted. That was left behind. Named Spider.
His name was Tarzan.
Yeah, essentially. Essentially, he was abandoned when the humans left the first time. But he climbs on walls and shit. So
don't we all?
Yeah, they can't breathe out in the Pandora environment.
I get why they call him Spider now.
But they do have stuff underwater, and it looks absolutely incredible. Mm-hmm. So check that out in IMAX, 4D, 3D, 5D, 4G. I don't know. But just pay attention to that. There will be a review. I'll be there Thursday night. I'm skipping work, Mom.
And boss.
I'm putting in my notice for my day off. I'll tell you right now.
And wife.
Well, that's why I make the 10 p.m. show on that Thursday.
True.
So, but anyway, we value your feedback, opinions, questions, whatever you got. Send it our way. Send it on our Facebook page, under Voices of America, or at Voices Be Heard US, and you can look that up on Facebook or Twitter as well. You can also follow us at voicesbeheardus@gmail.com if you have any questions. Just don't ask us our phone numbers or addresses because you ain't going to get them. We're going to get that out of the way now. We don't need a fan club that badly, but we do love you guys. Do appreciate your support. We look forward to the next episode soon, and we will discuss more scary topics, diverse topics, and unique topics. Probably stuff from NPR News and some bullshit from some movies or games from somewhere, depending on what y'all want. But until next time, always speak your mind, let your voice be heard. Peace out, guys.
Later.